Dear viewers, what is even happening in Maharashtra? Day after day, predators hiding behind religious clothing are being exposed. And I'm sitting here trying to make sense of what went so wrong in this progressive state. I'm sure you're thinking the same. So here it is, a married woman, deeply religious, looking for peace, maybe some spiritual guidance. She finds a man on Facebook who seems to have answers. He speaks about God, he speaks about purpose, he calls himself a guru, and then he tells her something that changes everything. I am an avatar of Mahadev and you are my Parvati. She believed him. What happened next is something no woman should ever have to survive. He took her to a lodge in Pune. He gave her something to drink, and when she couldn't fight back, he raped her. Then he took photos he would use for the next 2 years to control her, threaten her, summon her like she was his property. She stayed silent for 2 years. 2 years of fear, 2 years of shame, 2 years of a man using God's name as a weapon against her. She only spoke up last week. And you know what finally gave her the courage? Another fake Baba getting exposed. The Ashok Kharat case. That's where we are in Maharashtra in 2026. Hello, I'm Tejas and you're watching Honest Take on Lokmat Times. In this video, we expose another Bhondu Baba yet again. But before we start, you know what to do. Subscribe to Lokmat Times if you haven't already and press the bell icon to never miss an update. The man in question is Hrishikesh Vaidya, around 40 years old, from Vasai in Palghar district. He ran an organization called Amchi Vasai, presenting himself as a community leader, a social worker, a spiritual guide, local enough to be trusted, religious enough to be believed. He found his victim on Facebook in 2023. She was from Pune. She was religious. She was exactly the kind of person he was looking for. He groomed her slowly, offered to teach her spirituality, built emotional proximity over months. And then, in December 2023, he traveled from Vasai to Pune. He took her to a lodge in the Manjri area. He gave her a stupefying substance. He raped her. And then, without her knowledge, he clicked obscene photographs of her. That was his insurance policy. For the next 2 years, those photographs were the chain around her neck. He used them to blackmail her, to demand she meet him again. Around May 2025, he called her to a hotel in Vasai, Hotel Express Inn, and attempted to assault her again. She told police he has done this to many women, that this wasn't a one-off crime, that this was a system. An FIR was finally registered at Manikpur police station in Vasai, a zero FIR, transferred to Pune's Manjri Hadapsar police since the first assault happened there. Police raided his home in Vasai. He wasn't there. Hrishikesh Vaidya is currently absconding, and in his absence, he posted on social media, "The truth will come out soon. Satyameva Jayate." Now let's talk about what this really is, because this isn't just one man. This isn't just one case. This is a pattern, and Maharashtra keeps producing it. Just weeks before this FIR was filed, the state was dealing with Ashok Kharat, the Nashik-based Bhondu Baba, whose case triggered an SIT probe and became a watershed moment. The survivor in the Vaidya case herself said it was Kharat's exposure that finally gave her the courage to walk into a police station. Think about what that means. A woman suffered for 2 full years because the culture around fake godmen is so suffocating, so shame-laden that she needed to see another case become national news before she felt safe enough to speak. That is not an individual failure, that is a systematic failure. And the system keeps failing in the same way. The same playbook, case after case. Find a woman who is religious and emotionally vulnerable, build trust through spirituality, isolate her from family and community, assault her, create compromising material, and then use that material to trap her indefinitely. And if she ever speaks, hide behind God's name. Call it a conspiracy. Post Satyameva Jayate on Facebook. It works because we let it work. Maharashtra calls itself a progressive state, and in many ways it is. It has a history of social reform that most states can't match. Phule, Ambedkar, Shahu Maharaj. Rationalism is written into its cultural DNA, and yet fake godmen are multiplying here like a growth industry. Hrishikesh Vaidya told a woman she was a Parvati. He told her she was divine, and then he treated her like she was disposable. That is not spirituality. That is predation wearing a saffron mask. Maharashtra has the laws to deal with this. It has the history to know better. What it needs now is the will to act. Not just when cases explode into viral news cycles, but systematically, continuously. without waiting for the next survivor to need another survivor's case as permission to speak. Because the next time a woman on Facebook gets a message from a self-styled avatar of Shiva, she shouldn't have to wait 2 years and a national scandal to feel safe enough to say, "This is wrong and I will not stay silent." Police need to find Rishikesh Vaidya fast, and the rest of us need to have an honest conversation about the ecosystem that made him possible in the first place. And that is your honest take.